Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of thermodynamics quick revision notes. This video is about property of gases and properties of liquid. First we have properties of gases. Gases are of three types: perfect, ideal and real. For perfect gas, PV by T, pressure into volume by temperature, is constant. PV is equal to nRT, where n is number of moles. And constant PV process means that constant temperature, therefore it being isothermal process. Perfect gas has constant specific heat. For real gas, we have van der Waals equation, which is P plus A by V square into V minus B is equal to RT, where A is attractive forces, B is finite volume of molecules, and PV is not equal to RT in case of real gases. PV by RT is equal to Z. Z is compressibility factor, and for perfect gases, Z is equal to 1. Next we have specific heat at constant volume being Cv. This is equal to del U by del T at constant volume, and specific heat at constant pressure is Cp, which is equal to del H by del T at constant pressure P. Small h, which is our specific enthalpy, is equal to H by mass flow rate, and small u being specific internal energy is equal to internal energy by mass flow rate. For perfect gases, we know that Cv is equal to du by dt and Cp is equal to dH by dt. And for enthalpy, we know is H is equal to U plus PV. So differentiating this equation with respect to temperature, we get dH by dt is equal to du by dt plus d of P dV by dt, and PV is equal to nRT. For perfect gases, we know differentiation of PV with respect to temperature is equal to R. So dH by dt is Cp and du by dt is Cv, and d of P dV by dt is R. So Cp is equal to Cv plus R. For perfect gas, Cp is always equal to Cv. And for adiabatic processes, we know PV to the power gamma is constant. Cp by Cv is equal to gamma. Next we have virial equation of state. Compressibility factor, Z is equal to PV by RT, and virial expansion is Z is equal to 1 plus B by B upon V plus C by V square plus D by V cube, and Z is also equal to 1 plus B dash P C dash P square D dash P cube, and in these equations V is our volume, P is our pressure. Second virial coefficient is calculated as P dash is equal to B by RT, and third virial coefficient is C dash is equal to C minus B square by RT square. Fourth virial coefficient is D dash is equal to D minus 3BC plus 2B cube upon RT whole cube. Next we have van der Waals equation of state, also called as cubic equation of state. We know van der Waals equation is P plus A by V square into V minus B is equal to RT, and A is equal to 3 PC VC square, where PC and VC are critical pressure at critical point, and volume at critical point, and it is equal to 27 by 64 R square TC square by PC square. Pressure at critical point and PC, and TC temperature at critical point, and VC is volume at critical point, and P is equal to 1 by 3 VC is equal to 1 by 8 R TC by PC. So P is equal to RT by V minus B minus A by V square. Next is Gibbs phase rule, which determines state of system, and it is F is equal to C plus 2 minus P, where F is number of degree of freedom, C is number of components, and P is number of phases. Next we have properties of gases. Properties of gases. Most common liquid we know is water. It has peculiar properties, and solid phase is less dense than liquid phase. Water expands on cooling. Largest density of water is near atmospheric pressure. is at 4 degrees Celsius. Two-phase region, zone between saturated liquid and saturated vapor, and liquid and vapor in equilibrium is called two-phase region. Uh, Dryness fraction, it is important, denoted as X. It is mass fraction of vapor in a mixture. For saturated line liquid, actually all these phases and saturated line liquid are terms for PVT behavior, which we are going to study next. So for saturated line liquid line, X is equal to 0, dryness fraction is 0, and vapor line, dryness fraction is 1. Dryness fraction is always between 0 to 1. So V, our volume is X Vg plus 1 minus X Vf, where Vg is our volume for gas and Vf is volume of fluid, and V is our volume and X is dryness. Similarly, H is equal to X Hg plus 1 minus X Hf. Enthalpy is equal to dryness into enthalpy of gas plus 1 minus dryness into enthalpy of fluid. Internal energy being U is equal to X Ug plus 1 minus X Uf. Internal energy is equal to dryness into internal energy of gas plus 1 minus dryness fraction, X is dryness fraction, into internal energy of fluids. Next is latent heat of vaporization, or also called as latent heat of boiling, or change in enthalpy of phase transition, which is given as H of Fg is equal to H of G minus H of H. Latent heat of vaporization is equal to enthalpy of gas minus enthalpy of fluid. For internal change due to vaporization, it is given as internal energy of gas minus internal energy of fluid. UFG is equal to Ug minus Uf. Next is volume change due to evaporation. VFG given as volume of gas minus volume of fluid, and vapor pressure curve is equation relating pressure and temperature. Next we have is PVT behavior of pure substance. It is graph between pressure and temperature, and I'm going to zoom in it a bit so you guys can clearly see. So this curve is our sublimation curve, and this is our triple point. This curve over here is vaporization curve, and this is fusion curve. So basically this whole region is solid region. This region is our gas region, and this region over here is liquid region. And this point called as T, or triple point, is where all three phases exist. Like this portion is solid, this is vapor, this is liquid, so at this point all three phases coexist. Sublimation curve is basically curve between solid and gas phase. Then we have vaporization curve, which is curve between liquid, this portion being liquid and this being our gas phase. So vaporization curve separate liquid and gas, and fusion curve separate our solid and liquid. So at this point, this is our critical point. Temperature at critical point is Tc and pressure at critical point is Fc, and above it is fluid region. So let's study more about critical point. Critical point or state coordinates as TCPC. TCPC. It is highest pressure and temperature at which pure chemical exist in vapor or liquid equilibrium. It is distinction between liquid and vapor disappear at this point. At this point, distinction between liquid and vapor disappears. Property of liquid is identical to vapor, which means that density and viscosity of this point for liquid and vapor is identical, and liquid change to vapor, no constant temperature is there, and vaporization process take place at this point. Also at our critical point, H of Fg, which is latent heat, U of Fg, which is internal energy, and V of Fg, which is volume change due to evaporation, all are 0, and specific heat at constant pressure is infinite. Antoine's equation for our triple point is ln of P is equal to A plus B by T. It is simplest form of Vp curve, valid only near triple point. Then we have Wagner's equation, which is ln P is equal to ln of Pc being critical pressure, plus A1 1 minus T by Tc to the power 1, plus A2 into 1 minus T by C to the power 1.5, plus A3 into 1 minus T by Tc square, and so on, into T by Tc. This general form of empirical Vp curve. So reduced pressure, also denoted as PR, is P by Pc, and reduced temperature, denoted as TR, is T by Tc. This T by Tc is our reduced temperature. Next we have Gibbs phase rule. F is equal to C plus 2 minus P. P being number of phases, C being number of compounds, and F is degree of freedom. For triple point is invariant, which means F comes out to be 0, because for triple point we have 3 phases, so we would put 3 in here, and our number of component would be 1. So for triple point, F is equal to 1 plus 2 minus 3, 1 being number of compound, then plus 2 minus 3 is degree of freedom. F comes out to be 0. Then system along the two lines is univariant, for which F comes out to be 1, and for single phase it is divariant, F is 2. In fluid region, our temperature and pressure is greater than temperature of critical point and pressure of critical point. Phase is considered liquid. In that case, vaporization results from pressure reduced at constant temperature, and phase is considered gas when condensation results from temperature reduced at constant pressure. Fluid region, which is above our critical point, fluid region is there neither vaporization and condensation can be initiated. Next we have for single phase region function of PVT 0, dV is equal to dV by dt at pressure, constant pressure P, into dt, plus del V by del P at constant temperature into dP. Volume expansivity is given as beta is equal to 1 by V del V by del T at constant pressure P, and isothermal compressibility is equal to K is given as minus 1 by V del V by del P at constant temperature T. So in this equation we can put our beta and K, volume expansivity and isothermal compressibility, in this equation. So we get dV by V is equal to beta dt minus K dP. Then we have idealization, characteristic behavior of liquid outside critical region where incompressible fluid is present. For that case, our volume expansivity and isothermal compressibility is 0. No real fluid is truly incompressible. So equation is given in form of ln V2 by V1 is equal to beta into T2 minus T1 minus K P2 minus P1. So this is to calculate our V2 V1 for outside critical region. Next we know virial equation. We have already studied. Z is equal to PV by RT, and Z is 1 for ideal gases. Equation of state is PV is equal to RT. Internal energy is given as U, and H is equal to U plus PV. So U as a function of T plus RT would give enthalpy as a function of T. Next is Cv, we know d is equal to du by dt, and du would be Cv dt. Cp we know is dH by dt, So taking ds to the other side, dt to the other side, we get dH is equal to Cp dt, and dq we know is du plus dw. uh, Heat is internal energy plus work. So in place of du we can put Cv dt, and in place of so it comes out to be Cv dt plus RT dV by V, because dW we know is minus RT dV by V, and dQ is equal to Cp dt minus RT dP by P. So dQ can be written in these two forms as well. Now for isothermal reactions, when temperature is constant, Q is equal to minus W, which is equal to RT ln V2 by V1 equal to minus of RT ln P2 by P1, which is equal to P1 V1 ln P1 by P2 equal to P1 V1 ln V2 by V1. Next is isobaric at constant pressure. Q is given as delta H, which is integration of Cp dt. For isochoric constant volume process, Q is equal to delta U, which is integration of Cv dt. For adiabatic process, Pv to the power gamma is constant. We know that gamma is Cp by Cv, and Tv to the power gamma minus 1 is also constant. Tp to the power 1 minus gamma by gamma is also constant. P by V gamma is constant. This is standard form of adiabatic process. So for adiabatic process, our change in internal energy is equal to W is equal to Cv delta T. Change in enthalpy is Cp delta T. And we can calculate T2 is equal to T1 into V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1, and P2 is equal to T1 into T2 by T1 to the power gamma minus 1. So I would suggest you guys to take a screenshot of this portion. Please take a screenshot of these equations because these are going to be very useful in solving questions. Polytropic process given as Pv to the power rho is constant, Tv to the power rho minus 1 constant, Tp to the power 1 minus rho by rho is also constant. If the process is isothermal, then rho would be equal to 1. If it is isobaric, rho would be 0. Isochoric, rho would be V by P into rho, and rho being any positive or negative infinity. For adiabatic, rho would be equal to gamma. So for polytropic process, P versus V graph, this line is for isobaric being rho is equal to 0, and when rho is infinity, it is isochoric, and when rho is 1, which is isothermal, and rho being gamma, adiabatic. Path of polytropic process is characterized by specific value of our rho. So with this, we complete our thermodynamics. Next video is going to be based on practice question for thermodynamics. Please watch those videos for better understanding of all the notes we have revised so far. Thank you.